read about it. You've heard about it. You've wondered about it. What is it? Warner Cable's revolutionary 30-channel cable TV system, known as QUBE, now operating experimentally in Columbus, Ohio. For the next 60 minutes, sit quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great viewing experience. You will be one of the first people living outside of the Columbus, Ohio TV area to see the Warner QUBE system in action. So pull up an easy chair, pop open a beer, and gather the family around. And get ready to enter the wonderful world of...
Hello there, I'm Ray Glasser, and this is our QUBE sampler tape. Now this tape will serve as circulating tape number 2, but I am going to make a copy of this to have in my library permanently, which I'll be dubbing for people who request it. First of all, today is February 2nd, 1978, and I do not have a color camera, darn it. This is being done over a friend's house in Cleveland, who happens to have a Sony Trinicon color camera, which is a couple of years old. And there's a little Sony logo, which looks awfully nice if you can see the colors that come with it. Okay. This tape will consist of the QUBE system, which has been mentioned in TV Guide, the Video Files newsletter, and I'm sure about every publication dealing with cable TV, commercial and industrial TV. The QUBE system is a Warner Cable 30-channel two-way system, which is experimentally operating in Columbus, Ohio as of December 1st, 1977. Now, the unique thing about QUBE, besides having 30 channels, is the fact that the viewers at home can actually talk back to the QUBE system via a two-way computer. Now, I have a couple of QUBE schedules here, as well as their main brochure describing the system, how it works, what you can get, and everything about it. And I'll be showing you this as the tape progresses. Now, let me say that the sampler tape has been done before I'm doing this live camera bit. So I've got to watch the timing and everything else so I won't run into the bit itself. And I should also add that I wish I had a 2-hour machine, because there's so much stuff I could have given you there is just not room for on this tape. I made a trip to Columbus about the middle of January of 1978, and I drove through a lot of snow to go down there and of course to come back to Cleveland. And I managed to fill up 4 solid hours, 4 K60s, with nothing but QUBE material. And it was quite an affair, believe me. Okay. This is the main QUBE booklet, which is published by Warner Cable, and this shows the entire system. This, if you can pan out a little bit, there we go. This shows you what QUBE can do, how much it costs, and everything else. And I want to get into a couple portions of this. Now, what this system is when you get it installed in your home, they give you a handheld device, which you'll see in operation more or less, or at least demonstrated on the tape itself. Now, this is the handheld device that comes with your QUBE system. You have a wire coming into your home, which is the cable wire. It runs into a small microprocessor. It's about a 5 by 6 by 7 inch box, which is hidden out of sight. From that processor is a wire running to this device, and then this is plugged into your TV. And your TV is permanently set onto channel 2. And by the way, I found out when you're recording off a QUBE, you cannot watch one and record another. It just does not work, because your TV must be set on 2 to enable this handheld device to go into your TV. So here you see 30 channels. The blue channels to your right are the normal TV channels. These are T1 through T10. And as you can see up here in T1 you have TV previews. Now, these are just previews of what's coming up on all the channels. And as you can read down there, you have your regular cable TV channels from Athens. Of course, you have local Columbus stations. You have our one independent from Cleveland, and you can see it for yourself. Now, in the middle, in the green, are the community channels. Now, these are just events going on in the community for public information, and the blue and the green channels are $10.95 a month, and you can more or less see what's there. Now, the yellow channels are the biggies. These are your premium channels, and these are paid by the event, paid by the movie, paid by the concert, or whatever. And as you'll be seeing in a few minutes, QUBE does publish a schedule each month of what's on, what time, how long it runs, and everything else. Now, on this tape, I have taped a short segment from each channel except channel C9. If you can zoom in on that, channel C9, the second last green one, is selected audience programs. Now, these are programs directed especially for scientists, lawyers, doctors, and professional people, and only they can get wired to the system. So my friend did not have it. Here's a small blurb about QUBE. Yeah, zoom out. Zoom out somewhat so they can read the whole thing. Touch the button. Touch the button. Touch the button. It's just a fantastic system. Okay. Now the way this is indexed and the way QUBE itself refers to these channels is you kind of more or less do a graph. You channel C3. You go to the C columns in green and you punch channel 3 on the left. Or channel T1 again is up at the top in blue. Channel P4 is over in the premium channel, which is down 4 notches. Now the stuff on the right, the blocks that are going 1 through 5, these are for your audience participation. Touch the response buttons, yeah. On the segment I have, you'll be seeing Flippo the Clown's show called Flippo's Magic Circus, where the audience can actually talk back when he asks the audience questions by punching 1 through 5. And QUBE will flash that message button when they want to tell you something, whether it's a yes and no thing or whatever. So it's actually a very, very nifty thing. And again, you'll be seeing this. What else can I talk about QUBE? This is a nice panorama of Columbus, Ohio. Columbus Alive. That's the locally produced show in QUBE Studios. And they have, more or less, it's like a Johnny Carson of Columbus, Ohio. They have a co-host and co-hostess, and they just talk about events going around town. Now, QUBE has a couple minicam units, and they take these throughout the different areas of Columbus. They interview people. They can really film or show you something live about any event, anything that's going on in Columbus, and it's just amazing. Okay, there are 2 other options I have not mentioned yet with QUBE, and you might have caught one of them on the intro to this tape. One is a stereo option. They can wire the QUBE system to your receiver, your stereo receiver, and give you 5 channels of uninterrupted, commercial-free music. Classical, oldies, rhythm and blues, easy listening, and rock. And this goes 24 hours a day. And you pay, I think, $10 a month, one time to have this installed. And from what I hear, the stereo separation and the quality are very, very good. The second option is a home security option. And what this is, QUBE can wire your place for sound. They can install microphones and possibly TV cameras. And if you leave the house for the weekend or something and you have this system in operation, if there's a sound that's not supposed to be heard in your home, QUBE can call the Columbus Police Department and they can know about it as soon as it happens. It's just 1984, a step closer. Okay, this was QUBE's first schedule for December of 1977. This was their premier month. And as I mentioned, this shows what's on, when, how much it costs, the running time, and the like. Their movies are not as numerous as home box office or Showtime might be, but they have something that those 2 do not have. They have movie classics as well as first-run movies. You might want to pan down the page and across and everything else. Their first-run movies are only $2 to $3. Now, they've dropped the price since this was published in late November. Their movie classics or movie greats, which are the old black and white movies like Casablanca, Maltese Falcon, the original Frankenstein, and Dracula, are only $1 a piece. And these are shown on different days at different times of each month. This is more or less an overview of the entire schedule. This is set up kind of nice because you can more or less pull the tab open to whatever interests you. All right. Let's go to the movie section, which of course you all want to see. They give your usual summaries here at the beginning and show you what each movie's about, whether it's rated R or X or whatever, PG. And they have some nice stuff. I assume the same companies that do the flicks for home box office do them for QUBE as well. And by the way, I don't know if these are being run on a film chain or on videotape or what. I forgot to ask them. I did see the QUBE headquarters, and it's incredible. I spent $6 million on equipment, facilities, personnel, and you saw the building there at the beginning of the tape. This is the movie schedule as it starts out. If you can get up to the upper left there, Steve. Okay, I'll come in closer if you want. Bear with us there, folks. All right. Farther back. Okay, beautiful. There you have the time, the premium channel number, how long it runs, the price, the title, and maybe one of the stars, and in some cases, the rating. Yeah, pan over there. And that's the actual schedule. So you can see what was being shown in December of '77, QUBE's first month. How's my time, Gary? 4 minutes left. Okay. 4.5 minutes. Thank you, sir. All right. And that's the